Hello and welcome back to SpriteGuard Plays OlliOlli 2. Welcome to Olliwood. We are midway through the Titan Sky amateur levels, and we have come up to The Way You Make Me Feel. This is a very challenging level that I really enjoy. It has a lot of diversity in the things that you have to do. It has some very challenging things that you have to do, including revert manual through the facility as a part of a level-long combo. This is one of those levels that it is not possible to get everything in a single run, but I find it extraordinarily difficult to get even more than one thing in a run. But we're going to give a shot at the nose grind to laser flip, and I have messed it up. The nose grind to laser flip is the one that I find the most challenging. Because it requires doing a grind forwards and then going back and then forwards, and it's a difficult series of movements that takes a long time to set up because you want to be careful not to do the wrong input. But let's see if we can do it. We need lots and lots of perfect grinds here. There we go. I think that was a nose grind to laser flip. Let's see if that gets us the achievement. It did. So now we just need the combo and the score, and we should get the first set of things, because I did do the revert manuals through the facility. Those have to be really quick. And I may actually take a moment to kind of go over that a little bit more deliberately. But there we go. We got everything that we need to get except for the machine parts, which we have to do on a different run. But before that, I do want to kind of take a moment to look at the revert manuals, because they're one of my favorite things in the amateur run. And they are pretty tricky. You have to do a pretty precise input. Let's see if I can even get there in the first place. There we go. And down here, and then we just want to do really quick. It's like you do the pullback to do the revert manual, and then you just want to immediately let go of it. And the top tip on this level is even those revert manuals need to be quick, and you have to be very precise. You have to be really confident in your revert manuals, and so I often will practice them there, and then I will just go into it and try and make sure that they're low, but you know, they don't have to be perfect, they just have to be quick. And then you want to have enough speed in here. The way to keep your speed through here is to jump out of each grind as early as possible. And that will get you through that tunnel, which can be very challenging if you're not good at keeping your speed. And you have to perfect grind every grind, including the grind just before you go into the tunnel. And then once you're through the tunnel, you have to just complete the rest of the level. So to get the machine parts, we want to take this ramp as high as we can and get up onto that top rail, grind along the Titan's head, do manuals to pick those up, pick up that last one. We don't actually need to combo here, but I'm so in the habit of comboing, and I think it's good to just keep your kind of what I call late game fundamentals really solid. Just really focus on doing everything really consistently. And it does make it easier if you manual those short little jumps there. And then of course you have to finish once you get these machine parts. It is possible to get up if you fall a little short on this ramp. Sometimes you can do a double hop, but it's extremely difficult and very unreliable, and I usually just try to reset if I have not made it onto the top grind on my first try. And then of course you have to make it up that jump, and it really looks like you should be able to make it under some of these, but there's not a secret on this level that I remember there being. I believe the other one is on one of the Pro Titan Sky levels. There's two secrets on each world, and I think that Gunmetal has both of its secrets on the Pro, and one of them is not even really all that secret because it's a mandatory part of the level, but most of them are hidden, and so I refer to them as secrets, even though I think in the game they're referred to as the Roll7 developers. So there's a platform way off to the right that it kind of looks like you can land on. I have never been able to land on it, though. There we go. Didn't get enough height there. Let's try it again. And really, we don't have to be comboing here, so it may just be easier to take things very simply. Do want to manual here just to keep our momentum, but I did it a little bit sloppily there, and so I wasn't able to re-jump. It was one of those things, I was not in an unrecoverable position, but because things were not the way that I expected them to be, my muscle memory was with the wrong timing, and so I ended up not being able to recover anyway. And I am kind of trying to see if I can do the double jump here to recover some of these jumps that I'm not making. There we go. So that's how you do that. And there I tried to flat land for who knows what reason. But it's all just, when you get into this part of the game, it's just so much about practicing and trying again and just maximizing the number of attempts you make. And because of the part of the game we're in, we do still have a little bit of room for errors. But I am making some errors that I just can't recover from, and so I have to really work on just getting everything up to the part where I'm having trouble as consistent as possible. And that can require focusing, sometimes more than it feels like I should need to focus. And so sometimes I can get kind of feeling like I don't want to focus as much as the game really needs me to, especially when I'm trying to talk. But even when I'm kind of on my own, doing my own play, I'm really lazy in a lot of places, and I really want to kind of take things as sloppily as I can manage. But you don't really have the room for that in every place. And there are some places where I'm just taking it too sloppily. There we go, got over that. Now we have one more tricky jump. There we go. And then the scary sequence of jumps that is not actually dangerous, once you know how to do it. Of course, everything in this game becomes much easier once you know how to do it. But that is something that just takes so much practice. So that's the way you make Me Feel. Now, Low Rail Transit System is the last level in the amateur run. It is possible to get all 5 stars in a single combo, and I'm going to try and show you that combo, but it is a very difficult combo. We need to grind switch on every grind. We need to get as many spins as we can. We need to make sure that our score is high enough, and we need to just really, this is what I talk about. This is late game fundamentals and nothing but late game fundamentals. I'm not doing any tricks. I'm just doing grind switches and spins. And we did not get a perfect landing, and so we're not going to get the combo that we need. So now we can actually take a look at kind of one of the other ways that you can get the combo, which is to go along the second and third double grinds along the top. And that lets you keep enough speed to make it over that, which lets you build up a much longer combo. But you do lose a lot of speed, and so you have to be careful about making the jumps. But you can pick up a lot of speed this way, and you can keep your combo going. And so you can get the number of the combo that you need a lot more easily. Especially if we throw some spins in there. But you can't actually go too fast there. You can hit that barrel. So it's a balance to hit. And it can help to manual there, and then you want to hit that grind relatively early so that you can jump off of it in time. So there's a lot of ways that this trick in particular can go wrong, and I don't recommend it if you have any kind of focus on consistency. It also makes it so that you can't get the 10 grind switches that you need. And so really this is only for if you're specifically trying to get a long combo early on. And at this point we're saving so little time that it's probably even just faster to do it the much simpler way. Come down here. Can't keep your combo through this part, but we can use this as the springboard for a very long combo. We can get a lot of combo built up here. Just do as much perfect stuff as we can, do as much grind switching and spinning as we can, and that will build us up to the number of the combo that we need, just barely. And that gets us our perfect landing. So that is the amateur 100% from beginning to end. In the next episode, we will be looking at Pro Olliwood, and we will have some secrets to get. This was actually the first secret that I found was in Pro Olliwood. It's very easy to spot, not so easy to get into, so we will be looking at that. We will also be looking at how to get these stars. This series is really going to be slowing down, and we're going to be working on just maybe getting a few stars in each episode instead of trying to get levels in each episode. And as we get further and further into the game, things are just going to keep getting harder. I still have not completed levels 3, 4, and 5 of Pro Titan Sky. I have not even reached the end of 4 and 5. So that is something that I will continue to work on, and I will share you my findings. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.